Guess who's back? Back again. The Headbanger's back. Tell your friends. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Welcome back to the ball, everybody. I know it's been a really long time. It's great to be back. Yeah, got a lot to say. I know your life has probably not been the same without me. Mine has not been the same without yours as well. But yeah, a lot going on, the usual stuff. A couple updates on the 4 or 5 of you out there who care. My brand new band, we're actually about, in a couple weeks from now, we're going to play our very first show, which is really cool. Got a couple lined up this summer, so really looking forward after almost a year process of writing the music and being able now to perform it out on stage is great. I haven't been on the stage in a really long time, so very excited about that. Hopefully we're going to have a EP recorded and ready to be available hopefully early next year, if we're lucky at the end of this year. But yes, very excited about that. Much more importantly, the news of Little Headbanger Hope, her first feature-length horror film, has completed filming. It's a wrap. We actually had a wrap party a couple weeks ago, and just awesome. I mean, we started production back in October and just finished a couple weeks ago, so it was a long process. Obviously I'm biased, but I'm really excited for you guys to see this. I'm telling you, it's going to be a fantastic film. It's very dark and dramatic, and I think people are going to be really surprised with the film coming from a 16-year-old. So we're just so excited about it. Unfortunately, it'll probably be 1.5 to 2 years before any of you out there see it. She has a solid, at least a year of editing ahead of her. So that's a big beast of a project to overtake for her. But I know she'll do great. And Lucio Finch and I have to write and record the score on the soundtrack. So yeah, it's going to be a while, guys. But once you see it, once it's ready, it's going to be worth the wait. And I just want to use this time to say to Hope how proud I am of you, and I love you very much, and just so proud of you taking on this project and completing your first of many feature-length horror films, and I'm just completely honored to be a part of it. Guys out there, just do me a favor, and girls, if you're on the interwebs and you're into that social media thing, please like Hopeless Pictures on Facebook and Instagram. Share away, please get a buzz going. I know it's going to be a while, as I said, for the film to come out, but you know, the more buzz and attention and promotion we have in the meantime will be great, and that way you guys can all get updates on it through the next year or so on the process and everything. So I'd really appreciate that very much. Alright, so I got an update here, guys, a really big update. This is going to be a long video. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you stick around. It's just going to be A to Z titles, Blu-rays and DVDs. I do have a this will all be older titles. I do have a stack of brand new 2016 horror films. I'm going to do a separate video for that. So yeah, I'll actually have 2 episodes, believe it or not, in the span of a month or so. So that'll be my next one. I'm actually going to do a mid-year in review for the year in horror. I don't know if I've ever done that before, so that's kind of cool. I'll give you my quick opinions on what I've watched thus far this year. So this is just all regular non-2016 horror films for this update. So stick around, hope you enjoy it. Again, I got a big stack, and it's great to be back, guys. Let's do it. Alright guys, here we are with the update. Going to start with the Blu-rays. Got awesome pile here. I see some of you guys with a pile this much like every month, which is awesome. I wish I could do that. We don't have the income to be able to do that. So this is over the span of several months, and probably since the last update I did, but this will probably be the last one till maybe like November or something. But anyway, really awesome stuff. Yeah, so many cool things. So I'm going to start with the big elephant out of the room. You can see him right here, and I know probably so many of you have already showed these, but Arrow Video, to me, they're by... Well, wait a minute. Whoa. You can tell I'm a little rusty with the video thing. Having a beer right now, because an update is always a special occasion for a collector. Nothing special today. Well, I shouldn't say that. It's not a rare beer or anything, but it's a one of those like go-to beers that is easy to find around here, but it's always comes through in the clutch. Allagash Brewing Saison, delicious beer. If you're into saisons, it's fantastic, and the ever reliable. So cheers. Oh yeah. All right, Arrow's by far my favorite company out there, as far as not only the way they present their films in these illustrious box sets and booklets and reversible covers, blah blah blah. But the transfers match the quality of the packaging, the bonus features, all that. Anyway, Death Walks Twice. Was so thrilled when I heard this was coming out. There was, of course, a Death box that had come out, some Urcoli stuff before that had gone along on a print, and I never got that. But so awesome to have this. I won't take all this out because I'm sure you guys have already seen this, but if you haven't, it's glorious. I went with the reversible covers, gorgeous booklet, such an awesome box set, and I love these two films. Really cool to watch back to back too, because they're basically are coinciding proper sequels, and of course the great Susan Scott, aka Neves Navarro, is just gorgeous and awesome. I absolutely love these films. Well written, very quirky and witty at times. This one, just as excited about this. Speaking of another Euro babe, we got the absolutely gorgeous Barbara Boucher. Love this cover. This, I was excited definitely about this, but the process of actually watching these two back to back was just, guys, it seriously almost brought tears to my eyes. And if you think I'm lame for that, you can fuck off, because really, it was awesome. Red Queen kills 7 times. That was in a previous box set, the one with the cool figure, as was this. But honestly, I wasn't expecting a great transfer on the night Evelyn came out of the grave, but guys, it blew me away. It was fantastic. This transfer is glorious, and what a set! Great booklet, of course. Yeah, watch these back to back, which is really cool. I like to do that with these box sets. But yeah, what really stood out to me is how beautiful Evelyn came out of the grave was. Seeing that the way it should be, just like I said, it gets me a little choked up. Absolutely awesome, and just reiterated to me, because I hadn't watched in a while, how great that film is. Bloodbath, guys, this was one of my most anticipated release of this year. This was on my list I had done a while back about underrated black and white horror films. This was right up near the top. Don't feel this film gets any credit. Part of the probably reason the only release was the MGM DVD that I've had, and it's just been blasted by critics because there's been so many different versions of it, and they had so many production problems, and it was just a mess. But when I had first seen the film, it didn't affect me. I absolutely loved it. And then when I saw this Arrow release this, whenever it was, months ago, again, I'm kind of being a crying baby here with some of these additions I was just so excited. I was like, I can't believe Arrow is putting out a deluxe version of this film, and it actually has all the different versions on it. And I actually haven't spun it yet. I'm waiting for I'm one of those guys, you're really excited about a release. It's got to kind of be a special night, so I haven't watched it, but I love that film so much, and that the artwork is glorious and comes with a poster and everything. Anyway, I'm done gushing over Arrow video. All right, randomly here. All right, here's an interesting one. I got some 88 Films stuff here, and I'm going to start with this. You guys know I don't sugarcoat anything with my reviews, or I'm always honest. So here's a completely sugar-free rant. Shame on you, 88 Films, for putting this out and acting like this is a Blu-ray. Like, seriously, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put you right here in the corner of this pile, and you are 88 Films. You're in timeout. Okay. All right, we are back. They are out of timeout. But seriously, guys, if you don't have this, first of all, I gotta say, 88 Films, I'm a big supporter of. I have a lot of their releases. I got involved with that campaign for those Italian titles that are coming out. Can't wait for those. And I never really had a problem with them until this. It looks great. Of course, the red case, I went with the reversible artwork. Looks great. I had the shitty, I don't know if that was a retro media release of this film. So I was really excited about this. Saw the transfer, guys. It completely sucks. Sure, anyone can just put a transfer of film on a Blu-ray, packages it as a Blu-ray, and call it a Blu-ray. Guys, this is not Blu-ray. Do we forget what Blu-ray means? It means high definition. I was not expecting a great transfer on it. I knew it, I understand that you know, it's a lot of work and a process of restoring a film. But if you're going to choose to do that and then sell it, you have to make sure it turns out the right way. Otherwise, just wrap it up as a DVD. This is not a high def transfer. Is it better than the one I had? Yeah, but not by much, guys. So yeah, I was real disappointed with this. This is yeah, it's a bullshit release. Am I happy to have it? Sure. I mean, it looks better on the shelf than the one I have, and again, the transfer is at least watchable. But I was very disappointed in this release by 88 Films. This is not a Blu-ray. Blood-Sucking Pharaohs in Pittsburgh. I've actually never seen this film, which is pretty crazy. Me being a big fan of Pittsburgh and its horror. But looking forward to checking this one out. Hopefully the transfer is better than Scalps. Creepshow 2. Picked this up. Love this film. One of my favorite anthologies. The only problem I have with this one, I hate to blast 88 Films here in this video because I am such a big supporter of them, but I don't get this blue strip. It's one of these little idiosyncrasies that us collectors have, you know, because we have to complain about the dumbest shit, but, you know, it matters to us. I hate that strip, and they've never really done that before on their nice slip covers. Like, this is such great artwork, and I'd much rather have it go all the way to the top, and it's like, we know it's a fucking Blu-ray. Like, I just hate that. Anyway, I haven't watched that yet. Don't Ride on Late Night Trains. I love this reversible art. I think all horror movies should have reversible art. It's just so cool. Otherwise known as, of course, Night Train Murders. El Dorato's cool. Revenge film. So, I haven't tried that transfer yet. Alright, random. There's not really any rhyme or reason for this order, so I'm just going through the pile. Gallows Hill. I told you guys I'm obsessed with these black cases. I think I said it on the last update. Yeah, I just think they look cool with particular artworks. But Gallows Hill, I wanted to update this. I actually got this for super cheap, and I really like this cover. This was a film I didn't got too much credit from, I want to say, a couple years ago. It's actually called The Damned. This is the Region 1 release, and I'm keeping this because I like this artwork as well, too. But really cool film, if you don't have it. So happy to have the upgrade and the cool case on that one. Blu-ray release. Tales from the Crypt, the original anthology film. I spun this. It looks really great. This is a German release. I know this was available here in the States in a 2-pack, but I don't know. Again, that's the weird collector in me has to, you know, you guys know how it is. I wanted this by itself, standalone, and I love that artwork, and so got that for a good price. Plague Town. This was a film that came out a few years ago. I want to say probably at least 4 or 5 years ago. I remember when this came out, somehow I didn't rent it for some reason, but it looked intriguing to me. Anyway, so I picked this up very cheap, so if it ends up sucking, who cares, but hopefully it was worth the wait of me picking it up. Chars. Another great German release, Jack the Ripper, by Jess Franco with Klaus Kinski and, of course, the sexy Lena Romay. Watch this transfer, looks great. There's some awesome scenes in this film. Klaus is great. When is he not great? Again, there's that damn stupid blue strip. Gotta hate that. It's like, we know it's a damn Blu-ray. How do we know? It's way smaller, you know? Anyway. Schramm, one of those films I never thought would get I mean, for a while it didn't have a DVD release, let alone get the Blu-ray treatment. So really cool that Called Epics are doing this. You know, all the Jorg Buchreitz films, and I don't know, like the film, what else? The Fan, never thought that would get a Blu-ray release. What's the other one? My mind's going blank. But yeah, just some of these, you know, extreme German films and Euro cinema from the 80s that are getting these awesome treatments. I haven't watched the transfer on this yet, but excited to. Bedeviled, a couple upgrades here. I love this film, Asian revenge film. So dramatic, so intense and gripping, and this lead actress is fantastic. So I got this cool, I think Korean edition with this nice slip. It also has a I hated the cover on my DVD, and I love the film anyway. I wanted to upgrade with this. I love this cover. So if you love dramatic, intense Asian revenge films, this is a must-have, and this is a really nice release. Another upgrade. I've gone on about this film over the years many times. If you know me well enough, Julia's Eyes. I think is one of the best modern horror films. Kind of a giallo. Definitely nods to, I always say, if Argento and Hitchcock made it, this film, and spoke Spanish, this film would come out. The great Ben Rueda. I love these Blu-ray fat packs, the thicker cases. Anyway, went with the upgrade. Love that film too much not to have it on Blu-ray. Great release, another fat pack, and it's black. Fat and black. The Hourglass Sanatorium. If you're into surreal, kind of art house, dark cinema, horror. Great imagery, the colors. I can't wait to see this on Blu-ray. Can't get that without better focus, but awesome film if you're into that stuff, or if you want to get into cinema like that. This would be a great way to start. Awesome, can't wait. Partisan, my boy Vincent Cassel, my favorite modern actor, one of my favorite actors, period. This is a really cool film. I wish I would have seen this. It's actually from... Sorry, something happened there with the camera. But this came out last year, and I was unaware. I knew this movie was coming out, so I had pre-ordered on Amazon UK, and it was coming out in January. But I didn't realize that this, the Region 1, for once, came out first, and I was unaware of this release. So this could have been eligible for my awards last year, which of course just makes 2015 even more grand. Again, the year that keeps on giving. Great film, kind of a set in post-apocalyptic world, and basically he's a leader of this group of people that have survived, and they kind of have their own little, I just call it they've kind of developed their own little, very small, it's not quite a town, but they have their own little building and surrounding area, and they've kind of survived, and it's cool. It's a slow build, and it has that impending dread vibe to it. Something's not quite right, and as always, Cassell just gives a great performance, and the final act is fantastic. There's also some unexpected cool black humor in it as well. Really cool film. Speaking of really cool film, very dark film. Nothing bad can happen. Great cover artwork. We'll put this out. Draft House Films, which always puts out some intriguing cinema. Quickly about this young guy who's kind of hit hard times. He doesn't have a family. He's a teenager, and he's into like a religious punk rock scene, and he kind of befriends this family that takes him in, and he helps out around the house and kind of lives there, and develops a relationship with the family, and this odd relationship with the family's father, and things just descend into madness slowly and heavily, and very dark film. Definitely a very dark drama with some horror elements. Yeah, very captivating, riveting, and a gut punch of a film. Great performances, all that. So if you're into dark cinema, this is an awesome film. I forget what country it's from. I apologize. I think it's a German film, actually. Monster is a great steelbook. I love this film. Sure, there's some CGI with the monsters themselves, but considering the scale of the monsters, I realize that's unavoidable. But yeah, I love this film. Very well acted. I never saw the sequel. Are there two sequels now? Anyway, I love the first one. I actually have been holding out to own the film until I got this awesome Blu-ray steelbook, which is like a replica of the sign from the film. So very cool. I haven't checked out that transfer yet. Great double pack. I picked up Nashi. I always add into the Nashi collection. Night of the Werewolf and Vengeance of the Zombies. I already had Vengeance in the box set, but I needed Night of the Werewolf, and to get it on Blu-ray is awesome. And I actually watched this on a back-to-back, and they look fantastic. I mean, how epic is the Wolfman battling Elizabeth Bathory? I mean, does it get more epic than that? So very cool. Looks fantastic. Chairs. Speaking of looking fantastic, Catcher in the McCall. If you can see that in 3D form there, it's like a very thick raised, like puffy, textured, really cool German slip. I needed this on blue. This is limited to something, but I'm not sure. Slip, and then you got the nice red case with that gorgeous artwork. So this is a gorgeous release. The transfer looks fantastic. Yeah, it's really cool release by XT Video. I don't really pick up too much anymore by them. Don't really collect hard boxes as much as I used to. Not that this is a hard box, but anyway, I had to have this, and it looks so cool. Such cool packaging. Green cased fat packs, which is really cool. Win an upgrade on Excision, great film. I believe he won Best Director that year on the Golden Horn Awards. Fantastic film, and I wanted the upgrade. I love this. The artwork on this much better than the DVD I had. Human Centipede 1 and 2. Own these, but I upgraded them. I like the case here and have them together on Blu-ray. I'm not a fan of the... I actually didn't get through the third one. It was so bad. I like the first one best. I don't like reactionary cinema. I really think the director reacted to people complaining that the first film wasn't extreme enough, and then he went and did that. But nonetheless, I still do like the second one. I just think the first one's a lot better, and part of the reason I love it is because it's more reserved. But anyway, it's cool to have these in the green cases and on the shelf next to each other. Upgrades. Blood Diner, very cool. German release, Blu-ray. Love that artwork. Just a fun, cheesy, cheddar 80s film. Transfer looks pretty good, so I was happy with it. Got it for pretty cheap too. Love that artwork. Ghost Story, cool, very atmospheric film from the 80s with some nice scares in it. Great cast. I love that artwork. I went with the reversible by Scream Factory. Upgraded Under the Skin to this amazing edition. I won't open it up, but it comes with like some postcards and a booklet and this very shiny, you know I love shiny things, this shiny, thick, heavy slip cover. It's limited to, this is 10 of 1,000, so I actually have a low number. Love the sexy lays of Scarlett Johansson. Awesome film, and I upgraded in style on that one. Speaking of style, Nightmare Concert, a gorgeous media book. Look at that. One of my all-time favorite cover artworks that fits a film. This is put out by XT Video in association with NSM. It's got a booklet in here. Now, I did watch this transfer, guys. I gotta say I was disappointed. I don't know. I mean, I just was expecting better, I guess. I mean, it looks good, but yeah, far from blowing me away. So because of that, I wasn't really going to pick up the Grindhouse release of it. Who am I kidding? I'm sure I would have got it anyway. But I will definitely get that now, and hopefully the transfer is better. But this is gonna, regardless, this is gonna look great on the shelf. I absolutely love how that looks. Really gorgeous media book. All right, continue plugging away through the Blu-rays. Asian film, and this is, why do I always forget the name of this film when I'm talking about it? It's called Guilty. This guy he has like a deformed face, and he's kind of, and he's hit on rough times, not just because of his face, but he kind of lives on his own. He befriends this kind of girl who's run away, a very beautiful girl, and they develop a relationship, and things escalate in a hurry, shall we say, and yeah, things don't go, I guess, the way he may have hoped or expected. I'll leave it at that. Very dark film in that very Asian, Korean way. Very badass film. Final act is really cool. Some more Asian stuff. Guard Post, awesome film. Don't think it gets enough credit. I want to say this is from the director who did, I'm going to forget. It was another war-themed horror film. Oh, man. My mind's going blank. It's bothering me. I'll add it in post. But this one's superior to me, and there's some awesome gore in this film. Guys, pretty brutal film. Love it. Another fat pack. Speaking of films that I feel are overlooked, and another fat pack here. Very cool. Hero. Spanish horror, I always say this, rarely disappoints, and this film is absolutely fantastic. Happy to have it on Blu-ray. It's a beautiful looking film. A lot of it's filmed on the countryside and oceanside area with hills and the ocean and a lot of cloudy skies, and this lead actress who's very cute, great performance. Basically, she I haven't watched it in so long, so specifics might be a little off, but she loses her daughter, and I don't remember if it's her daughter or son, But she starts thinking that she sees him, and very entrancing film at times. And the final act has a lot of great tension and suspense. Fantastic film, guys. Highly recommended, especially if you're a fan of atmospheric or Spanish horror. Looks great on Blu-ray. Resurrected. Really happy to get this one. German release. Great cover artwork. I know they have a deluxe version of this, but I was happy to have this one. Directed by the great Dan O'Bannon. Chris Sarandon. Really cool film. Some pretty awesome practical effects. End of the Road. This is a short film. I always say how I wish more short films ended up on DVD or Blu-ray. But this was actually, I didn't purchase this. I was going to. And I got a hold of the director. And I said, hey, you know, I had seen someone post this somewhere on Instagram. And I said, hey, how much is your Blu-ray, blah, blah. He just said, give me your address, and he sent it to me for free. Not in exchange for a review or anything like that. You guys know I don't do that, but I haven't checked it out yet. But it's a werewolf short film, kind of inspired by, obviously, Little Red Riding Hood. But I love that cover artwork. So very cool. The director, whose name, Jay Spencer. So thank you, Jay, for the nice gesture there. True Love Ways. You guys know I adore this one. This was up for all kind of awards on the Hornies last year. If you are out there watching this and you yet to have this film, shame on you. Really, come on. True Love Ways. I already have it. I have the deluxe edition. I love the film so much. I wanted this just for this other alternate cover, and I had like a Amazon credit, so I went ahead and got this. I just love this film so much. Shot in gorgeous black and white. Oh, guys, this film, Wild Hunt. I had wanted to see this film for a long time, and watched it somewhat recently. Guys, this film blew me away, as it did pretty much my whole family. Quickly, you guys know what LARPing is? I always razz the wife because she is into D&D. That is short for Dungeons and Dragons, that role-playing game. So once a week, and her and her fellow nerd friends get together and play that. Next up in the lunacy of role-playing, there is LARPing, which is taking the D&D, and no disrespect to all the D&Ders out there, but the next one is LARPing, which is taking roleplay to the next level, where you dress up and you go and actually act out these things. And there's like this, that's what this film's about. And there's this kind of like elaborate festival that they do, I think, once a year, and they're in their different tribes. Of course, it's like medieval times, and they act out all these scenarios, and they fight each other with fake weapons. Really, you know, over the top stuff. So anyway, a guy's girlfriend, he used to LARP, and then he was like, I need to work and have a real life. But his brother and his girlfriend go and do this, and he tries to like stop them. Anyway, he goes to kind of rescue her to a normal life, and this movie is so entertaining, so well written, well acted. It's a Canadian film, pretty decent budget for an indie film, and it's just a lot of fun. It's just so entertaining to watch what's going on. And even had this film not ended up going in a horror direction, had it just been like a fun LARPing movie, I would have loved it anyway. And then, yeah, without getting too much away, the final act definitely veers into an all-out horror film. And guys, I love this so much, and if it sounds like something that would interest you, highly, highly recommended. Wild Hunt, badass. You can get that cheap on Amazon Germany. Had a werewolf-themed month somewhat recently on Instagram, and kind of, so there will be some werewolf films mixed in here. Finally got the nice UK steelbook of this awesome werewolf film by Neil Jordan. Great release, another German release, Necronomicon. Great to see this anthology released on Blu-ray. It looks great. Great release. Comes with a booklet. Really, really cool film. Brian Usna. Bikini Girls on Ice. I forget the name of it. Is it? Shit. There was a sequel to this, and it was up for Best Slasher my award show last year, and the name is escaping me. It's something Girls on Ice. And as ridiculous as the name sounds, it was actually a really badass slasher. Hence the reason for the nomination. But this was the first one, and it's weird. I had this on DVD. I still do. I'm going to get rid of it, though. And I'm watching it, and I'm like, yeah, this is cool, but like, there's no kills. Like, what's up? So I ended up finding out it was a fucking edited version, which boggles my fucking mind. why horror films to this day still get released edited. Like, I don't fucking get it. I'm gonna blame Jesus Christ. I don't know. I just figured it. I don't know. And my battery's about to die. Sorry about that again. What do they say? The Lord works in mysterious ways. As soon as I yell at Jesus Christ, the battery dies. A vengeful God, indeed. Anyway, so I haven't watched the uncut version of this, but I'm really excited because I loved the sequel so much. So got that for really cheap too. City of the Dead. Love this film, aka Horror Hotel. Fantastic 60s black and white horror film, witch film, whatever you want to call it. Folk horror elements as well. The transfer didn't blow me away. It's solid, but you know, I wasn't blown away by it. But nonetheless, happy to have that release. Upgrade, one of the few modern remakes that I really like, Maniac, and this is a gorgeous release. Japan release. Really like that cover. Coinciding with the werewolf themed month I had on Instagram, Splintered, really cool British low budget werewolf film that I think is really it's ambitious, but I like how they clearly didn't have the money, I guess, that they wanted to create this werewolf creature, and I'm fine with that. Luckily they didn't go the CGI route, which of course a lot of filmmakers do, so it's just more of a kind of a different, more basic take on the werewolf itself. With some nice makeup, but I like that, and it's really entertaining. This lead chick here kind of looks like an Avril Lavigne, which is hot, but really cool. The location is awesome. But yeah, really like it a lot. Some cool gore, practical effects gore scenes too. Really cool British low budget werewolf film. This is a masterpiece. Finally upgrading to the Blu-ray. I should have just bought this film on Blu-ray to begin with. Fantastic score. Sci-fi surreal horror with somewhat of a slasher twist. Love this film if you've never seen it. It is awesome. Colors, you know, Argento-like in that regard. A fantastic soundtrack, which I have the vinyl for. Great performance by the lead actor and the chick. Love the final act. God, I love that film. I'd love a poster of that. Clown. I hate that Eli Roth's name is on this because all he did was produce it, and I have a feeling he didn't have much to do with it because this movie is actually awesome. Yeah, I'm not an Eli Roth fan, but Upgraded is great, awesome steelbooks. Real heavy too because there's like postcards in here and I want to say a poster, and it's kind of got this like shine to it. Awesome clown film. Shit, am I done with the Blu-rays? That is awesome. Okay. I don't even know how long this video already is, but I know it's already way too long. So I'm going to move on to the DVDs. Again, just random, no order here. Cup of My Blood. This, I don't know, I thought the trailer looked pretty decent. I like this cover art. Got it really cheap. Don't know much about it, but I'm looking forward to it. Looks like there's some boobies in it. Charles, always adding to the Asian horror collection, of course. Kadokawa collection. I had one of these films by themselves, but I needed the other ones. I had Isola, but not the best films by any means, but I enjoy them. I think they're entertaining. I would probably say Inugami is my favorite, but this is a nice set. I don't love his. I'm happy I got this because I don't love his films enough to have these by themselves. So it's kind of perfect to have these. To have a box set in the slimline form. I like how each side has the cover art, which is cool. So happy to have this. Got it at a good price. And again, not great films by any means, but enough to warrant being in my collection. I love this film, guys. This is one I need to buy itself. This is part of that that box set it comes with. It's that Oliver Reed werewolf movie, Curse of the Werewolf, a couple other Hammer films, but I wanted this one by itself. Nightmare. Awesome 60s black and white horror film, so well shot, great imagery, and I love this release here. Anyway, I needed that by itself. Great black and white horror film. The Wild Man of the Navidad, yet to watch this. Yeah, it's supposed to be a fun kind of squatch type film. Yeah, I just got it for cheap. I wanted it. It's been in the notebook for a few years. Finally pulled the trigger. Cannibal, great sexy cover there. Guys, this is an awesome, if you're into cannibal films, very creative, different. This isn't your, cannibal in the woods type story. More of an affluent guy who he's a tailor, and he meets a girl, and Cannibal, a love story, really is a proper title for it. And when I say love story, I don't want you to think it's sappy or just stupid. It's really well acted, well written, atmospheric, and not a gory type cannibal film. It's just an awesome story, really cool final act, and it's not exploitative either. It takes itself very seriously, which could be dumb, but this one actually, it's so well done that it ends up working out, and the score is really cool too. Really love this film. Yeah, very cool. This one's been in the wish list for years. I had rented this film, and I loved it. If you're into slow builds, but with a worthy payoff, this is the one for you. Indie film. She's really awesome. Just a chick who lives on her own, has an apartment, has some emotional issues, making some new friends, and then she throws a party towards the end of the film, and there's been some weird things going on throughout the film, but man, this final act is pretty badass. Lost River, great artwork. The film directed by Ryan Gosling. I started watching this, but I didn't watch the whole thing, but the colors are fantastic. This guy definitely has to be a fan of Dario Argento. And Barbara Steele has an appearance in this film, which is badass. So happy to have that with the cool artwork. Arachnid. Is this from the 90s? I don't remember if this is 90s or post 2K. Definitely has a 90s feel. Cheesy film, but I love spider films, especially ones that use like some practical effects. There is some CGI in here, but there's a lot of good practical too, and like great scenes with like big spider webs, and just a fun, mindless cheddar film with spiders. Yeah, I would love to see another like modern spider film with all like practical effects and stuff. That'd be really cool. Okay, trying to plug away here, guys. Cult Action is a great website for bootleg DVDs. So I buy from there frequently. It's got some Nashi stuff. And I'm gonna forget the actual name to this film, which is really bad. And I'm not good with Spanish, but anyway, it's a Nashi Giallo, and I forget the name of it, and I feel like an idiot. Another Nashi one. Not only Nashi in this, but Helga Linné is in it. The gorgeous hero babe. Mummy's Revenge. Really cool film. Like this artwork. They do a great job with like really vibrant, well printed artwork. Another Nashi from Cult Action, Inquisition. So happy to have that. And generally the transfers are pretty good. Some black and white horror films that I needed that are hard to get. This is a bootleg, Queen of Spades, really cool film, period piece. And there's this label called Network, and I normally hate these slimline cases, but with the collection growing so large and vast, it actually kind of is nice to have some of these to save on space. And they do a good job, this company. Keep the original cover arts, and transfers are nice, and they put out like black and white horrors and thrillers and noirs that don't really have any other releases. So Catacombs, haven't watched that yet. Picked up the Phantom of Light. Haven't watched this yet. The Phantom Light, sorry. Haven't watched this one yet. And there are a few other ones in this series that I really want to get. Picked up Krampus. This was up for best creature feature monster movie last year on the Hornies. Love this great artwork on this slipcover. If it wasn't for those damn CGI gingerbread cookies, I may have had a shot of beating out spring. Uninvited Guest, Spanish horror, some more. I love it. This is from the director of Julia's Eyes, and I have yet to see this film. I thought the trailer looked awesome, and knowing how much I love Julia's Eyes, I'm really excited to see this one. El Habitante Incierto. So looking forward to that. Some more Asian. Girozuka, cool slasher. Not very gory for a slasher. Not that a slasher needs to be gory, but with a cover like this, I think maybe some people don't like this because they're expecting that. But the gore that is in it is badass, including a great, I love a good throat slice or throat slit, and there's a good one in it, really good one in there that looks great. Cool atmosphere. He looks really cool with the mask. It's a fun one. Weird film. This is a bootleg from Call Action, but I love it. House of Terrors. This is from, I think the 60s. Here's the weird thing. Black and white, looks gorgeous. Italian-esque score, Italian-esque location. The audio is in Italian with subs, but all the actors are Asian. So because of that, it's a very big mindfuck. So if you've ever watched an Italian horror film, a really good one, and thought to yourself, you know what? I wish the cast was all Asian. You know, have you ever watched like Suspiria and wished the whole cast was Asian? Well, that's what this is like. So yeah, it's very odd, but it's awesome. Awesome film. I have wanted that for years, and I knew it was kind of an oddity because of that, but the film itself is so badass. Takashi Miike Detective Story, needed that one. I like this film. It's pretty cool. Alright, I got a couple piles left, guys. Trying to go quickly. Nashi finally picked up Hunchback of the Morgue. This awesome kind of like leather media book edition. It's textured, very cool. Was holding out for this one. I had like a bootleg of it before this, but finally found this one at a reasonable price. Dark Waters, really cool film and by Mario Beno, and I got this awesome. I think this is a French release. I love this artwork. I hated the artwork that was on the Region 1 release, so finally picked this one up. Really cool, modern Italian horror film. This one I'm super stoked, guys, of this whole update. This is one of my faves. Again, it still boggles my mind that this has never received a true proper release. And now I'm gonna punch myself because I'm forgetting the actual name of this film. Next of Kin. Sorry, that is the name of this movie. Awesome 80s film. One of the most underrated 80s horror films, in my opinion. Got this nice slim hardbox. Transfer is not bad. So, I mean, as far as what's out there, this is one to get. But I hope that someone, releases a proper release for this film. But Next of Kin, this will do for now. Awesome movie. Isolation. This has been in the notebook, in the back of the notebook for a while. You have to see it. I want to say this is British. Kind of crops go awry, cows get infected. Kind of like these, there's a quarantine, these mutation type films. That's what this is, and happy to finally have that. Unhinged. This is one of those films. I'm not sure if I've seen it before. I know it's a slasher film and low budget. Anyway, this is from 88 Films, and I really can't remember if I've seen this or not. I want to say I rented the U.S. version a long time ago, but I don't remember. Dark Star, H.R. Giger's World. Guys, wow. I keep saying how I'm getting choked up in this update. This made me honestly get choked up. I had actually, this is technically Mrs. Headbanger's DVD, but I got this for her, and she's a big fan, as I am, but she's like, you gotta watch this with me, it's amazing, and we watched it together, and it's a little documentary, and this is it was completed shortly before he passed away, and it all takes place in his awesome house, and it was great to see. I'm a big Celtic Frost fan, the band, and the singer, Celtic Frost, developed a long-lasting friendship with him, used his artwork on some of their records and stuff, and seeing the two of them visit, and they actually have a real heartfelt moment where Tom Ward talks about his friendship with HR in front of him, and they kind of had this really awesome moment. And yeah, I mean, just the whole film in general got me choked up, and a lot of great anecdotes, and just seeing him interact with his wife, and yeah, it's just awesome. Seeing his house, fantastic, dark documentary. Obviously, his aesthetic, of course, fits with horror fans. So awesome, just awesome. Private Parts, never seen it. Is that crazy? This is a 70s film, if I'm not mistaken, and love the 70s, so I had to add that. Again, got this for my werewolf theme month. This is a great release, great shiny slipcover. It was just some films that I needed, so this is kind of a very nice pack. Scream of the Wolf, Moon of the Wolf, Wolfman, Werewolf and Girls Dormitory, which is actually a really cool film, in my opinion. Werewolf of Washington, and Werewolf versus Vampire Women. Now, I had a couple of these, but I needed a couple of them. But this is a really nice set. I won't bother taking that out, but anyway, if those are some films that you need, this is a nice set to have them all in one. VHS Viral, I got the first two. I like them, and I saw this one, but I needed it on the shelf. I thought it was cool. Nothing spectacular. Finally picked up Shriek Show's release of The Being. Just love the vibe of some of these films. These 80s low budget. Yeah, whatever. Cool film. Alright guys, I'm almost done here. I have to reach for these last couple little piles. Some Italian stuff. Look at that cover artwork, guys. Deodato's Cinema Death by Shameless, the great Shameless. Fat Pack, cool release. I mean, of course, I have a million copies of Cannibal Holocaust, being a collector. So I needed Phantom of Death still, which I had a bootleg of years ago. And I figured I could have just got it by himself, but I really love this artwork, so I was like, I'll get it in this set. Because I love Deodato so much. So, cool box set. A Giallo in Venice. Badass film, guys. Again, this is one from Cult Action. Go on cultaction.com for some great bootleg titles of films that have not yet been released. And I'm not being paid by them or anything. I just did a nice little infomercial. Badass, nasty, grimy Giallo. Lots of sex in it. Kind of erotic stuff too. Like I'm not big on like, you know, these soft core porn horror movies. It's not something I like to have mixed in together. And while I wouldn't quite call this a soft, well, maybe I would, because there actually is some penis in this film. But don't let that detract from getting this film, because again, I'm not a fan of like really hardcore sex in horror movies. But the horror element is definitely badass and nasty, and it's a pretty mean-spirited Giallo film with a really cool ending too. Tears of Cali, awesome release. I don't remember who put this out, but it's a thick release, really cool film. Some surreal film, some practical gore effects. I haven't watched this in a really long time, and I would take this out and show you guys all the stuff in here, but this video is already ridiculous. Mad Cowgirl, badass film, guys. If you like odd horror films, batshit crazy performance by this lead. It has James Duval, who's always entertaining. There's a great scene where she's watching an evangelist on TV and she starts like touching herself. Great fucked up scene. I'm all for that. All for a sacrilegiousness. Wax, really cool horror film with was this Nashi's last film, I want to say. Really cool film though, some nice gore and whatnot. The Clinic, and I always wondered about this one. Never seen it from a few years back, but I heard it's pretty decent. Got it for very, very cheap. Alright guys, very last pile, this is it. Thank you if you're still sticking around. Thank you, Charles. I love the red shoes, so I upgraded to this release. This is my second release of this film. To me, this is like an awesome Asian horror film with definitely some Italian horror-esque aesthetic on there. Don't say that fast. I love the red shoes. I think it's just a badass Asian horror film. I love that cover. Synthesia, another fat pack. Really cool, all these. I like my DVDs curvy. Synthesia, really cool. It's about people who, it's actually an actual disease where people kind of like look at things differently. Literally, their vision and their brain connects differently than most people, so they could look at this DVD and see something completely, interpret it completely different. It's really weird and kind of freaky and scary, but that's what this film's about. And I don't know, they do a great job turning it into a dramatic, artsy horror movie, and I liked it a lot. Fame des Morts trilogy. I've actually yet to see this, but got it for very cheap in Unearthed Films, so looking forward to that. Did upgrade with Hexen, this is Mark of the Devil, really nice edition, limited 5,000. Yeah, really cool. Opens up, digipack style. Great nasty film with Udo and friends. All right, guys, I think this is it. I mean, it's not a kind of an anticlimactic finish here, but this is just a basic release Devil Worship collection. It's very cool though. It's 2 DVDs, and again, much like that werewolf pack I picked up, there was just a few films that I needed. Comes with Horror Hotel, of course I already have that. Good Against Evil, The She Beast, Devil's Nightmare, and The Pix. I actually needed The Pix and Good Good Against Evil, I believe. So anyway, I got this from Mad Cheap, and had a fun cover, so I got that. Anyway, that's it, guys. Pretty epic several months here. Lots of great stuff. Definitely those Arrow releases, as always, stand out to me. And as usual, it goes on and on. A lot more great stuff coming out. Thank you guys for watching, sticking around. It's nice to be back and have a big update. Again, I will have, I promise, a brand new episode very shortly, probably in a couple weeks. The mid-year in review of horror. I'll show you guys all the brand new horror films from 2016 that I've seen. The good, the bad, the ugly, the great. I gotta say, it's been, I think, quietly a really good year. I mean, we're coming off one of the best, in my opinion. But it's been, like, just kind of quietly, methodically, a really solid year. But anyway. Alright, guys, thanks for watching. Stay scared. We'll see you on the mid-year in review of horror. Alright, later, guys. Cheers. I'm out.